Hello friends, welcome to Conversations with Deepak. Where is the demand for building products coming from? Is it coming from India or is it coming from Bharat? Is it coming from the affordable segment or the mid segment or the luxury and premium segment? What do dealers want from a brand? What do brands want from dealers? And how can they build a sales network that gives them revenue growth in the long run? Now, these are questions that are on the minds of CEOs, heads of sales, and of up and coming entrepreneurs, especially in these times of economic crisis. And my guest today is just the right person to answer these questions. My guest is Bantwal Ramesh Baliga, the CEO of Watertec India, a Coimbatore-based bathroom solutions provider. Baliga has been the architect of Jaguar's sales network, which is considered one of the most successful bath fittings network ever built in the country. And for the past 5 years, he has been leading Watertec, which is a bathroom solutions provider, which has grown faster than the industry under his watch. So friends, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome Bantwal Ramesh Baliga to Conversations with Deepak. Hello, Baliga.
Hello, Deepak.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Deepak ji. Very good.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you very much. Same here.
How's the lockdown treating you?
It's been very long.
So, how are you managing?
Managing quite well now. Yeah, we miss the pre-COVID traveling and interactions with the dealers. But yes, I think we can consider this to be the new normal of India. So considering it to be a new normal, we are trying to cope up with the situation. But personally, we are doing well. I think if you consider the COVID situation pan India and across the world, we are much better off in Coimbatore, and we have very less cases in our own units. I mean, hardly any in our units. And yes, it's been a challenge, which is related to manufacturing, social distancing, getting your things in place. But I think we have successfully come out of it now.
But on a personal front, you've always been a person of people. You travel. You've been traveling so much. You were telling me that you were always out 25 days in a month.
Yeah.
And now to 30 days bound to home. I mean, that's quite a...
the most happiest person would be my wife.
Yes.
It's good. I think one way COVID has helped me to be with my family for about 6 months,
Yes.
which is big.
Yes.
When I mean family, both my personal front and my official front, both my family in the office and our family at home. I think this is the first time I've spent such a long period with all of them.
Wonderful. But in your professional experience, you spent a good 12 years at Steel Age, where you focused on their fire protection and control business, and where you acquired a deep understanding of HVAC systems, of piping systems, the way what liquids and gases flow through pipes and ducts. And then you spent another 12 years at Jaguar, the leader of the bathroom fittings and bathroom solutions industry in India, and now emerging as a global giant as well. Here you mastered the other side of the business, that is the business development and the dealer network side and the customer side. So you have got a very comprehensive view of how things work. And now for the past 5 years, you've been applying all this learned knowledge, experience, and your wisdom to building another brand which is of pan-India level and probably, hopefully, which goes overseas as well. So it's great to have you here with us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And help answer some of these existential questions. So let me just start our discussion by asking a very simple question. How do you think the Indian building products industry is shaping up with respect to some of these key factors? For example, competition. How is the competition shaping up within building products and more particularly within bathroom industry?
Deepakji, see, basically, the competition was always there. If you look at competition, the competition was always on the price factor. The competition has never been on the quality. The competition in this line has always been with organized and unorganized sector. I'm talking about the bathroom industry by itself. And good thing what I could see presently is that most of the unorganized sector have changed their approach towards business and trying to get into an organized way of business. Actually, that's a very healthy competition, which I would always would have preferred in Indian conditions, because you have unorganized people who can always be destructive. But if this organized sector, I can share you with my experience. I have many customers of mine who have been always telling me that the competition is coming from the most remote part of India. They are able to give you a product at a better price. But the whole thing, I would bog down to saying that the competition is only between organized sector and non-organized sector. The change what I'm seeing now is that unorganized sector is trying to become an organized sector. This is helping Indian companies, and the competition is healthy. And the other part of the story would be the competition coming from the cheap markets. I would not like to name the cheap markets, but there are a lot of products which we always have got influx from the other countries, and that is particularly stopped. So I personally feel that the markets would grow if there's a healthy competition among ourselves. People would respect us for our quality, and people would pay you for the quality. Now, quality has become a parameter, and I always welcome competition.
Do you see any trend in terms of professionalism, the way companies are being managed? Or do you think the players within this sector, the bathroom fitting sector, still prefer to be family-owned, proprietor-owned?
It's always been proprietor-owned organizations. There are a lot of advantages of having proprietor-owned and also professionally. So what
managed, or should I say managed?
Even the family-owned still hire professional managers. So it's always been organizations run by professional managers, but the involvement of the proprietors or the owners gives you an added advantage, is that you have somebody to back up on, as long as they don't interfere into day-to-day working of the organization. Now, day-to-day organization is decided by the professional managers, and the support, decisions, and involvement of owners is always a very positive sign. Though in Watertec we don't have such a system, but I find no harm in such a position in working anywhere, anytime.
Nice. How do you see the retail side of business within the bathroom fitting segment growing or changing?
Sir, if you look at, I mean, if you're talking to me after peak COVID, post-COVID, if you're talking to me about post-COVID or a present scenario, uh, retail is still better than the project scenario.
By that I mean not the quantum of business, but the way the retail is improving
Yeah.
in terms of technology or services or experience, etc.
So actually, if you ask me, the retail has completely got evolved now. People are looking at people are looking at good showrooms. People would like to feel the products. Number two, the mindset of the dealers have changed. The people were expecting the customer to come to them. Now the dealers go to the customers. The companies goes to the customer, but people still would like to feel the product. It's still not the modern retail what we are talking about. It's still not gone towards net, Amazon, Flipkart. It can never happen because this industry, this bathroom fitting, people would like to have a feel of the product before they buy their products, and it's always been liking of the people that I would buy what I like, and that like should give me a feeling of my bathroom. It should not be that I go to a shop and see a lot of products on the wall. No, I should have a feel of my bathroom, and because whether you agree or have your different view, but I still feel bathroom is the most pleasurable room anybody can ever imagine, and that's one of the room where people would always like to spend their time, because that's the only place which is really called a personal space. Rest all has been occupied by people, and that people are spending a lot of money on this particular space. So retail, the services have changed. Customer expect after-sale service, pre-sale service, and post-sale service. So expectations from the customers are more. Dealers are actually coping up to that level. Dealers also have changed their mindsets, and dealers are also, because one good thing has happened is this last 6 months has been a learning point for all of us. And earlier, maybe the products were moving in a better way. Now, since the retail was, the markets have closed down, markets were not operational. I think people have really understood that retail has to be done in a very different format. And that's the reason why I felt that there's a lot of improvement in the present concept of retail.
So it's, in other words, we can say it's the experience that matters.
Yes. Exactly.
What the customer feels, the emotions that are created at the point of sale.
Exactly.
So my next question is that for the bathroom fittings segment, as well as for the entire building products segment, where is the demand coming from? Especially in these times of COVID, these times of economic crisis. Has demand shifted to some other markets? Is there demand at all? Where is it? Where is it coming from?
So actually demand has slowed down. Demand has slowed down because new constructions are yet to start, and people are holding back their investment on buying another house, investing. So naturally, the project segment, the institutional sales segments have completely stopped now. But this is happening only in a tier 1 city or maybe a metro city. But if you go to the rural, or if you are going towards more of tier 2, tier 3 cities, the demand is still there. Number two, very important factor which I would like to consider is people are looking at renovating their existing houses, because here bathroom is such a space where you cannot leave with a broken tap, you cannot leave with a broken seat cover, and people would like to change, because there are two factors now. One is the work from home, which has been catching up everywhere. So everybody would like their bathrooms to be clean, neat. So replacement market is really doing well. There's a growth in that segment. Rural market, see, even the government pressure, government force is always on been an agriculture front. So rural market, which is mainly on agriculture, has not been affected at all. Even in the month of April, when there was still COVID, COVID fear going around, I mean, rural market was still functioning. And the markets, yes, tier 1 city or metro is completely in a very bad shape, but tier 2, tier 3 cities, replacement market and smaller construction. Now, they were already constructed their house. They would like to complete it because it's almost been 6 months now. So people are looking at completion of the houses. So that's why a small surge of business have started. I mean, it might not be the big surge, but there is a surge of change over pre-COVID and post-COVID. It's happening in the markets.
When do you see the demands from projects returning?
Sir, if you look at the total constructed units what we have in Pan India, to dispose these constructed projects, it would take another 2 years before these projects are really sold in the markets. Now, as per my analysis, most of the projects are in a completion stage, are waiting for the customers to go for the to buy proposals. So I would say that from my angle, it would take another 1 year to come back to maybe 50-60% of pre-COVID stage scenario. But I mean, the number of recently I was going through some documents which says that there is more than 1.6 million flats available up for sale, and so it's not going to be that easy to dispose of this. And the new construction, you can see, have almost stopped. But if you ask me the second way, still smaller constructions, maybe less than 50 flats, 60 flats, they are still going on. So, but if you really want to see the surge what we had pre-COVID days, it would take another minimum a year to go from today.
So if the action is in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities, should we assume that it is the affordable or the budget product segments that would do well and not the premium products?
No. If you look at tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, still the aspiration of the people is to go with the premium products. Now, doesn't mean that tier 2, tier 3 is shifting out to affordable. Affordable construction is going to happen in main cities now. It's not shifting over to tier 2, tier 3 cities. Tier 2, tier 3 cities, tier 3 may be affordable, but tier 2 is still an aspirational. You have an aspirational customer. Like for example, in a place like place we come from, Tamil Nadu. Coimbatore is a tier 2 city, but the amount of premium product selling here is much more than what can happen in a city today, as of today. Because aspiration value of the people is very high in tier 2 cities. But what we are talking about, affordable segment, we have two ways of affordable segment. One is tier 3 and tier 4, and affordable segment in the cities. Sir, affordable segment abhi kya kiya hai? It's just that size of the apartment has grown smaller. The number of bathrooms have reduced, but they expect the same kind of faucets they want, even in an affordable segment.
So it's, I mean, Bharat does not mean only affordable.
No.
Bharat means good quality, yes. Even luxury.
Sir, good quality at an affordable price.
Value.
Exactly. It's value for money.
Yes. So how has Watertec grown during this time? And where had you reached last year, and how has growth been in the first business been in the first 6 months of this fiscal?
Sir, by the economics, considering that we had a setback of COVID, partly of March and this 6 months. But sir, actually, if you ask me, even the last financial year, in the second half of the financial year, I'm talking about 1920, second half financial year was also very tough. It was not as rosy as what we were expecting it to be. The sales were getting tighter. You could see customers holding back their finances, and so I can compare this with a pre-COVID time, year-over-year growth. Watertec we have done very well. In the sense, by production, we are now running at about 100-120% production. In the sense, we have increased our labor forces, our production capacity. If you look at sales, I can proudly tell you we are growing at about 10-12% year-over-year pre-COVID times. And this is purely because we are more a product company than a bathroom company. I have a solution for all the products. So every customer will take one of the minimum product of mine. So that actually has given me a complete leverages in the market. So my growth is happening even in a tier 2 city, 1 city, 3 or 4, because it's product wise sale. I use the word a replacement market. So in a replacement market, a customer is looking at a product, is not looking at replacing the entire bathroom. So that's where my sale is still growing. We grew in May, we grew in June. So it's completely a different perspective than what the markets are talking about. But maybe because I'm more of a product company, more of an affordable segment, and I think that segment we are doing very well.
So what turnover did you clock in fiscal 2019-20?
This period we had touched about 210 crores. And I think the figure as of yesterday is about 232. So
no,
that's
in
6 months. 6 months.
No, last fiscal, the previous fiscal.
Yeah, I'm talking about the first half of 2021.
No, I'm asking for 1920.
Yeah, I said 212 crores.
Okay. And how have these various product categories contributed? Where has the maximum come from? How are the various product segments that you have got? Pipe, plumbing solutions you have.
So we are quite strong in bath fittings. 70% of my business comes from bath fittings, and 30% of my business comes from pipes fittings. Now, the advantage what I have is that we have a very huge market, channel partners, huge in terms of product selling, and so my bath fitting has given me a better, and the same thing is continued even in this financial year, because even in pipe segment, I am not in agriculture pipes. I'm more on CPVC, UPVC and SWR. So I would like to restrict myself to home. I have not crossed my home because I have a bathroom. I call myself as a total plumbing solution provider, because I give you items behind the wall, inside the wall and outside the wall. So all three items are available with me. So I think my major focus has always been bath fittings, and we are on target on that.
What are your targets going forward after factoring in the ongoing crisis?
No, I think this year maybe 10 to 15% would be what I'm planning to grow year over year.
In terms of your geographical presence, which areas would you like to expand?
We're quite strong in South. So our major focus has been Western India and Northern India, because Eastern India and Southern India were very strong, very strong. Okay. And So the focus this year will be on Western India and Northern India. I'm also focusing on markets of SAARC. We have Nepal, we have Bhutan. We have started off quite well in these places. Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, we are doing very well. So I think the idea is to get these segments in, and that's where I said these are the segments which I feel is going to support us in our growth chart.
In terms of infrastructure or capex, what are your plans for the next 2 to 3 years?
Next 2 to 3 years? Yeah, okay. This year, I think we would be investing about 30 crores. We are setting up a new plant in Coimbatore itself. And next 2 years, I think we would be investing about 180 crores. I'm talking about if you consider all 3 years. We have actually postponed our entire COVID scenario by 1 year. Otherwise, what I'm trying to tell you is my plan for 2021, 21-22 and 22-23, we were planning to invest about 180 crores. And that's in terms of building up infrastructure for pipes segment in northern India and also in the eastern India. This would be one of the 2 plants. We have set up a most automized industry 4 plant, which would be ready in another next 10-15 days in Coimbatore, which is our 4th plant.
For what?
Bath fittings. Okay. So we are also in the process of acquiring a factory for sanitary ware in Western India. Shortly, we have just commissioned the plant there. So we are in a verge of acquiring that company, and yeah. So we also are in a plan to set up a plant in Malaysia. We already have a plant in Malaysia. We are going to go with the 2nd plant in Malaysia. So these are our capex plan. But what I told you was only for India. So that's going to be my plan for next 3 years.
So in Western India, the plant which you are planning to acquire, the company, what would be manufactured there?
For sanitary ware?
Yes.
Yeah. It's only the sanitary ware, the ceramic part there. The seat covers and the cisterns are manufactured by me in Coimbatore. That we are already doing it.
And what about your the metal segment?
Metal segment right now we are procuring our. We have a JV with a couple of good manufacturers in northern part of India, and one of them is in western part of India. They are the OEMs only for us, specifically doing for us, and going as per our standards, our designs, and we have a very good relation with them. We also have plans to start a JV with a company called WTS. It's an Italian group, and they have a brand called Teorema, which is 115 years old. A very old company, and they have a very big what do you call sales approach. They have 3 big plants, one in Germany, one in Italy, and I think one is in Czech. So yeah,
in bathroom fittings.
Bathroom fittings. So right now we are trading with them, but we were supposed to have a final talk. I mean, in June, but unfortunately we had to scrap it. And but going forward, I think I'm very positive about having that JV there. So remaining, I think we would be more interested in trading products. We have now products from Conti Plus. They are the market leaders in sensor technology, and we also are trading products from Thailand. We import stainless steel, pure stainless steel made of SS316. And we are trading them in India. We're doing quite well on that product. So they have given us greater India and neighboring countries. So this is our plan when it comes to trading of our products.
So if we look at your expansive product range, you've got pipes. Within bathroom fittings, you've got faucets, you've got the polymer fittings, the brass fittings. You got the ceramics, the sanitary ware, and you have the sensor-based products for washrooms, public washrooms. So the entire, and you are in talks for a JV with an Italian designer fittings company, which you said you might manufacture in India. So you are covering all bases. Right.
The idea is, sir, to reach all the customer bases in India. A customer who comes to me comes with an aspiration. He would be a 60 rupee tap, like I explained to you earlier also, that I have a tap which is at 60 rupees and I can give you a tap even a lakh of rupees. So the advantage for me is that, and these are all manufactured by us. So people trust the quality what we are giving, and I thought people were asking us to come into these lines. I have a very interesting thing to tell you. I met a builder in Mumbai. I will not name him, but he said, "I know your brand. There's a very good brand, and but you are restricted yourself to polymer segment. Why don't you? And you have restricted yourself to retail. Why are you not coming into projects?" So my answer to him was, what do you expect from me to come into a projects in a place like Mumbai? He said, I need a quality product from you. I need a brand from you. I know you are a good brand, but when I remember Watertec, they say, oh, it's a polymer brand. So that's the reason why I ventured into metal. As I said earlier, within next 1 year, we will be coming up with our own manufacturing unit for metal taps. We are not a volume player. We are quite happy with our retail, because that's where the strength of Watertec is. I always boast of one thing. I have about 15,000 dealer networks with me. 15,000. I'm only talking about bath fitting dealers. 15,000, and these are all directly linked with Watertec. It's not that they are my sub dealers. No, they are direct dealers. Sub dealers, it's another huge network. So these dealers are a big family of mine, and they have an immense faith in us, immense faith, and that faith brought me into expanding the complete portfolio of Watertec. We started off small, but I think today we are quite huge in terms of projects.
Last year you had said that we should be able to make our dealers ambassadors of our brand. That means that they should have a strong belief in the brand superiority. And that will happen when we give them enough reason to be proud of our innovation and excellence, our fair practices, and most importantly, by putting their interests right at the top. This is what you had said. So you surely have innovation working for you. You got excellence in product quality, huge product range, and you are known for your fair. How do you keep their interests at the top?
So there are dealers who are actually looking at earning quite efficiently and quite handsomely today. There's dearth of it. The dearth of it is because of competitions among our dealer networks. The dealers have practically, the companies in aspiration of growing have appointed dealers in right, left and centers. Now what has happened is the dealers are losing their money out in competition. It might not be a real fact, but when a customer comes to a dealer and says, so the other dealer is offering me so much of discounts, this dealer unfortunately will prone and give him the discount. Now this has caused a complete discomfort with the dealers. When you discuss with the dealer, he only talks about his margin. Now I think my priority has always been a dealer should get what he deserves to run a show. There's a lot of expenditure, a lot of investment, a lot of passion which a dealer invests in a company. And that's where my priority has always been the dealer's margin. When I say dealer's margin, I have to ensure that the customer gets its due. A dealer doesn't overcharge the product. So we have a very clear policy laid out. A customer gets his margins, a dealer gets his margin, and any violation of this margins, if it is brought to our notice, we have always taken action. Now, this action means we would sit with him, we'll talk to him, and we'll ensure that he doesn't give away extra discounts. In turn, curtail his supplies, because he is actually killing the potential of the product. A product would be, without proper channel partners, today we are, the companies don't survive. Now, if the channel partners don't earn money, what is the point in a company earning money? So our priority has always been channel partners, their margins, and their customers' value for money. So keeping the interest of both of them, we've always designed a sales policy, and we have always implemented the sales policies in this market.
But it's very important to make sure that the dealer stays with you, because he might be getting good profits, but if he still gets enamored by a competing brand or a more aspirational brand, and if he starts paying more attention to that party, then what's the point of, so how do you ensure that your dealer remains committed to you, wedded to you?
So there are two ways of taking the business line. The dealer would always like to sell what a customer asks for. Dealer would never be interested in promoting a brand which the customer does not ask for. So it's the customer pull which will bring the brand, will bring the customer to the dealer. This is the point one. So our focus has been increasing our reach with the customer base. We always focus on speaking to the dealers, increasing our content with them. Now, second important factor is dealers are also looking at on what basis we create a policy. We have a change of policy every year. It's not the margin alone. As you said, if the customer loses interest in our product, the next minute he would definitely not be able to, the dealer would say, any other new brand he can promote. He will start promoting, number one. But he will always be with you when you are looked after him in terms of the margins what you are giving and the brand pool. Both of them should be together. Now, brand pool, sir, I'm telling you, unfortunately or fortunately, I am actually the market leader. So there cannot be a better brand pool. And if I have to retain myself as a market leader, there's a lot of exercises which we are doing. We are increasing our approach towards the business. We are meeting the architects, we are meeting the builders, we are meeting everybody to increase the customer pool. So we have a lot of other things which we provide them. We provide them. Very important factor I told you beginning is that dealers are my family, sir. And if my dealer family, if my channel partners are happy with me, I don't think so they would ever any day think of getting another brand. A customer is happy with me because of my quality. The customer would never leave me and go away. So when I have these two factors, I think I would be very happy to serve my customers. Both of them are my customers.
Yes.
Dealer is my customer, because he does the business for me, and a customer uses my product. So I'm taking care of both the interests.
But when your customer meets your dealer, what kind of an experience do you want the customer to have in terms of retail, in terms of display? How are you ensuring that your bathroom fittings, wholesome fittings experience is provided to the customer?
Sir, actually,
looking into that aspect also.
Sir, actually, if you look at my product line last so many years, I mean, we have been here from '97. As I said, we are more of a product company. My customer is a plumber, right? Second thing, my products have always been sold off shelf. I have never displayed any product. So there is no display because it's more sold in a hardware shop, more sold in a small shop, and a plumber is the customer. Now, this is one of the product of ours. But now the line what we are in, which we are doing last 2 years, we are looking at a display we give you a display design. We also support the dealer in terms of displaying in his counters. We offer them certain benefits like display boards. We give them a proper display concept. A dealer, my main aspiration would be the dealer should be passionate enough to sell my products. It's not that he wants to treat my product as one of the product what he has. Because I'm looking at this, I'm not in an expansion spree. We are not in an. We would like to deal with only few people in the country, but those people should have the passion, and that's where they come to me for. So I'm looking at dealers who are very passionate to do business, and luckily for me, the new dealer network, the new dealers who are now prevailing, the second generation, the third generation have come in, and they're all passionate. They're all passionate. They want to really do businesses. So that is where there's a nice sync between us. Very nice sync between us.
So going forward, can we see Watertec showrooms coming up?
Yes, sir. One is the dealer showrooms. The second one which we have started in Mumbai. We are coming out with 24 display centers in country. And the first one is coming up in Mumbai. The second one is coming up in Delhi, in Noida. So we have the centers where we would be displaying all our ranges, and we would expect no sales from there. We would be inviting the customers to us. The customers may be a dealer, maybe a architect, and we want to spend time with them, passing on the real story behind the quality of our products. So we are creating a kind of a conversation center by which a customer can understand our product much better than he goes to a dealer counter. Now, I'm not the first man to do it. There are many people who have already done this exercise, but I will be coming out with a different concept, and I'm working towards it. And probably next meeting I will be discussing with you.
Oh, wonderful.
Again, it's too early to discuss.
What are your plans for e-commerce?
Actually, there are a lot of complications in e-commerce business. If you're talking about Amazon and blah blah blah,
selling online, whichever way.
Yeah, but sir, see, as I said, 15,000 dealers. Now, these dealers are doing business in aspiration with us. They're passionate about, the loyalty, the passion is so strong. Once you go with Amazon or you go with any e-commerce segment, I would be killing the interest of my dealers. Now, second important factor for me would be, this industry has always been feel the product. People buy this product only after feeling it. They will never buy it online because they don't know how the product look like. And I said, bathrooms are always pleasure rooms. Now, pleasure room I would like to do with my own feeling of the product. And I would like to say, like I said, if I go to a dealer showroom, the first thing I will imagine is this is my bathroom. Now, if my bathroom is like this, the product has to be selected by me. It cannot be done online. But majority of our dealers have gone online. Now you go to Amazon, you can still get my product.
Okay.
But we are very clearly telling that it's not from the company. We have put it in our website. We have put a disclaimer in our website because I cannot sacrifice the interest of the dealers. The customer who is getting the product on Amazon will get the product at the same price with my counter. Number two, sir, this product runs on after sales service. Now, after sales service, he has to go to a dealer. Now, that dealer will always give him the service because it's a service-oriented industry. It looks sales, but it's always post-sales which is important. And that's the reason why we are very, very, very clear on post-sale, and e-commerce is something which, I mean, we as Watertec would never be keen in at least next 3-4 years.
If we were to look at aspects of corporate life other than actual business, that means taking care of our stakeholders, taking care of the society where we thrive. What should industry leaders be doing in that respect? What are you doing there?
Sir, if you're looking at the social responsibilities, we have been doing it last 5 years now. We are focusing on education, skill development. We are focusing on hospitals. We have built many toilets for the downtrodden, the real people who need them. We have done a lot of government hospitals. We are working on a lot of government schools. When I'm talking about this, again I focus on building up bathrooms, because that's my core strength. So in educations, we have been involved in a plumbing lab in Coimbatore. We were involved in a plumbing lab in Moga. We have got involved with a plumbing lab. When I said we have built a lab where people the boys can get trained completely on plumbing, a complete plumbing training, fitting of our products, dismantling, fixing of the pipelines. So when somebody is when a plumber wants to get educated, he can go to the plumbing lab, get trained in the plumbing lab. We have set similar systems in our factories where people can come and visualize how the bathroom can look like. So we have got created certain places, and the major thing is that these guys for every year in association with IPSC and the Government of India, we have conducted plumber training sessions. You can't call them a training session, but we have exchanged a lot of good things with the plumbers. Every year we train 10,000 plumbers. Every year we train them, and we have now started. When I'm talking about education, we have about 80 service technicians in the company, and all these service technicians have been selected from the tribal area, and they have been selected, trained, and they have been put pan-India now. So this is one service which I thought would be very useful, because tribal India really needs a support from us.
Right.
And I have not done it as a CSR activity or a social responsibility, but I thought a way of giving back to the tribal community, and Atmanirbhar Bharat is something which we truly stand for. And so CSR activity we have done a lot. Every year we do, because that's a rule. We spend about 2% of our profits into a CSR activity. We have even constructed a school, sir. I mean, completely shabby school with no roofs. So we have done it completely. We are taking care of old age homes. Many old age homes which we are taking care of this old age people there. A lot of women empowerment programs we have done. We have given a lot of products, I mean machineries like sewing machines and all this to this down to government. So it's a pocket full of products not related only with plumbing, but then but everywhere toilet is a must. So we start from the toilet and then give them the others.
Yes. If we get the toilet story right, then a lot can happen in our country.
Yes, sir.
Prime Minister has been
exactly, sir. Exactly, and that's where I think we as a company should contribute. Because you asked me what should the company contribution be. We should contribute as much as we can, because giving back to the society which you come from would be more satisfying than being a millionaire in business. So that's been a segment which which we always have focused on, always.
Uh, just coming back to your product segment for a brief moment, do you envisage getting into the water tanks segment? Is it related to your existing business?
Sir, I think there are a lot of manufacturers who are there in water tank. Number one, as I said, my main focus is on bathrooms. So I would stick myself to bathrooms. And yes, we have got a lot of added accessories to the tanks. We have got a lot of products which can go with the tanks. We are providing you a filter where the dust can be filtered at the tank level itself. So the cleaning of tank may not happen. So we are tying up with a lot of manufacturers and giving them filters. But as a whole, no, we are not having any plans to come into water tanks.
Well, I think you've already got your hands full with
Yeah,
such a
exactly.
ambitious plan, which you've drawn out for the next 2-3 years. And surely, if everything goes well and not disrupted by any other crisis,
Yes.
then it will come to fruition. And we wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
And
Thank you.
I'm sure that our audience, the trade partners, as well as other entrepreneurs and professionals, would have taken a leaf from your book
Thank you.
to apply in their professional and personal lives. Well, Baliga, wish you all the best.
Thank you,
And
Deepakji.
it's been a pleasure talking to you.
It's my pleasure too, sir.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, sir. Bye-bye.